I greet you folks. Welcome one more time to another program in the series, Homo Politicus. We cover any and every issue thrown up by my country, your country. Just so you know, today we'll talk politics. Rivers State of jeers and cheers. Governor Sim Fubara orders audit of local government accounts for past 3 years. Let's go there. You know, politics to the schooled is a game of curiosity and fascination. Simply put, it's a game of intrigues, sometimes involving the dealing of many cards at the same time. You know, 1 year of the Governor Simena Live Fubara of Rivers State has oscillated between curiosity and alarm. Governor Fubara, we can tell you, has mandated his Auditor General to begin the audit of the accounts of the 23 local government areas of the state for the past 3 years. Coming at a time of political crises bedeviling the state, watchers and analysts are wondering what the idea might be. I'm wondering if the 3-year audit includes his 1 year in office. You know, in these trying times, political wisdom is supreme. And according to the American writer and humorist Mark Twain, quote, "Politics is the art of looking for trouble, finding it everywhere, diagnosing it incorrectly, and applying the wrong remedies," end quote. Now let's have a conversation. My conversationalists are familiar to all of you, but then let's meet and greet them. Emeka Madonagu is an ebullient gentleman. He's a journalist and political commentator. Emeka, good morning.
My pleasure, citizen. Thank you so much.
He's joined by the suave and confident Cyril Abaku, broadcaster and communications expert.
Thank you, citizen.
And for that matter, Cyril is a River State boy, so this matters a lot to him. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
River State of jeers and cheers. You are not sure what to get next. So, how do we start? Who takes the lead off? Emeka, you do.
Well, I think River State has continued to maintain its leading position as the most controversial state in Nigeria since 1999. Yes. And it's always about money, more money,
And much money.
River State is the state where, you know, like one politician said, what money cannot do, more money can do. If more money cannot do it, much more money will be applied to it.
Emeka, also know that River State is the treasure base of the state.
That is why, in fact, that the day that Monica was coined, whoever did it didn't know he or she ignited trouble in River State. And trouble of, you know, a liquid kind.
Wow.
Trouble that has to do with money. It does. River State.
Principally man-made.
Principally man-made. River State is where I schooled. River State, you know, of the 70s, 80s, was a more enjoyable place. You know, Garden City, the capital.
The so-called Garden City of Prakot.
Prakot, Pitaqua of those days. You know, I mean, lovely place with beautiful dark women. You know, Rivers women, you know, known to be dark skin but beautiful women. You know, very hospitable people, very nice, friendly people, lovely environment, safe. That's the River State where I lived for some years.
It makes me remember Holy Rosary Secondary School.
Oh, will you talk about
the not so popular
Enitona? Will you forget Bomere Kosima?
Oh, my colleague.
The difference between a daddy and a daddy is like a piece of bread we guys all understand. No, River State, enjoyable state. But we got into the 90s and then the
all hell was let loose.
It was no longer the River State, you know, where you listen to the music. Oh, you listen to highlight music, you love the state. Peaceful, quiet place. But today, it has become, like somebody said, rivers of blood.
Wow.
And it's unfortunate that a state with, highly educated, wealthy Nigerians, accomplished Nigerians, has been reduced to a theater of constant thuggery.
Of the absurd.
Of the absurd. I don't know. I feel so sad because I knew the rivers of the 80s, I knew the rivers of the 90s, and this river, the rivers of now, I can't recognize it.
Yeah, Emeka, that's for you, the visitor to Rivers. Let's hear from the homeboy.
I'm also an in-law to Rivers State, by the way.
I hope you remember that. Seriously, yeah.
Yes, okay, so how to begin the conversation is that Rivers State had the sheer good fortune of being midwifed into statehood by a man no less in the caliber of the now retired, he's a king now, Alfred J.
Okay. My friend.
Yes, who became governor when he was less than 30 years of age.
He was 25.
Yes, thereabout. And you can see Port Harcourt today was a baby of his vision, a child of his vision, the garden city.
Okay.
I remember that there was a time Rufai was asked. He said, Abuja apart, the next city he would love to, go and superintend and make sure that its beauty came out was Port Harcourt, because it was designed. You had a city that was modeled after a typical European hub. You had your swimming pools within neighborhoods. You had 6 fit field, all the football fields, the schools.
Don't forget Shell was there too.
Of course, Shell, of course. Because of, when he was talking about very dark women, again, you look at the fact that we used to be the old river state, comprising Bayelsa and Rivers.
Okay.
So that even gave us a richer tapestry of cultural diversity.
Okay.
But coming back to the matter on the table, I think it's rather unfortunate that somehow in the political space we missed our way. All right? Not so much because most people are not politically inclined or savvy, but I think that what largely happened was that to some degree, lesser men found their way into power. And then all of the shenanigans we see today are playing out. It's unfortunate. But Governor Fubara now asking for an audit of local government funds. I like to start by saying that this for me signals a ray of hope, because this is a governor who appears to be attempting to right the wrongs, even if it will look as if he himself was a product of that same flawed arrangement. But the steps he's taking so far, and then the organic popularity he enjoys from the shows.
Cyril, without taking anything from what you're telling me,
yes,
Governor Fubara was the accountant general of the city.
Of course,
so he's familiar. He knows what he's doing.
He knows that where the bodies are buried. The governor has said boldly, time and again, that everything he did as accountant general was based on instruction and that he had documentation. I believe every smart accountant should know better than to just wake up and be basically.
Don't toy with your accountant.
Yes, so as accountant, now you have said there should be an audit. This is his own, what's it called? His own forte. Because, of course, he was formerly, I think, head of accounts at local government area. So he's been there before. At local government area, he's been there.
Okay.
And then at the state level.
So he understands the dynamics.
He understands the entire terrain in and out. So this is the good thing about it. But where I'm going again is the fact that if indeed and at all people were voted into office willingly and they got into office and misused monies meant for development, I think that governor or not, there should even be a mechanism in which people are called to give and to account for monies they've held in trust for the people. I think it's only natural that such an accounting is being demanded today by the governor. It is not a witch hunt. I personally suppose that even bigger and larger than the question of your tenure has expired, we are not going to leave office and so on. It is important that those who have been so given office are mandated to give account of their stewardship. That for me, I think, is a baseline in governance. So we hope that the deadline the governor has given the endorsement of 1 month in 1 month, those reports should be out, okay, so that Rivers people can see for themselves what exactly
do you think the 3-year report would include his 1 year in office?
Well, so his 1 year in office is as having been governor, but he's asking for a report of local government chairman.
He said last 3 years begins from May 29 this year backwards.
No, even longer, because the tenures expired this June, right? So it is from Monday, June the 19th. Am I correct? Right up to, or is it 18th? Right up to whenever it was that they came into office.
So 17th.
Yes, okay. So 17th. So that's where we really are. There should be a proper way to say in 3 years we got a total of, and if there are cases where they didn't get the money that was due them, okay, there should also be explanation as to how money for them didn't get to them. For me, I think that over and beyond the issues of Wike versus Fubara versus council chairman, there are basic things of governance and law. They should not be hindered from taking place. Because if that happens, then there's full anarchy. Men can be at all, but the law must take its course.
Yeah, Emeka, don't forget, Fubara has just given the okay to the 23 caretaker local government chairmen, which is saying these caretaker heads of the local governments were not duly elected. Am I making any point?
Very, very, very right. Yes. Well, the more things change, the more they remain the same. That's what
the French
somebody said. Yes. So in Nigeria, local governments are actually a honeypot for politicians.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and there's hardly been accountability at the local government level, despite attempts over the years, you know, to ensure semblance of, you know, propriety and probity. Now, you find in recent weeks, governors have suddenly started appointing. So, like in the Imo State, Governor Hope Uzodinma appointed sole administrators. He made it clear, sole administrators. Meanwhile, these local governments have officials, you know, in place. Just yesterday, Anambra State Governor,
councillors.
Yeah, no,
and related officers.
Yes, supervisory councillors. Now, in Anambra, Soludo yesterday forwarded a list of chairmen, transition committee chairmen, you know, different nomenclatures to the House of Assembly for screening. Now, Fubara has done his own, and others too are warming up to do their own, because when the tenures of local government chairmen end, no matter as they are ending, you know, the governors are also cognizant of the fact that the local governments are the real centers of power. So, by putting their loyalists in charge of the local government, they are trying to ensure.
So, you want me to underline loyalists?
Loyalists, yes.
I'm underlining them.
Loyalists, yes. So, of course, Fubara definitely said that the Outgone chairman should hand over to heads of administration. But I think maybe it was advised that those people that politicians could overrun them. And then maybe, who knows, they may even be desperate to the extent of, you know, moving away records or even burning down secretariats. Nigerian politicians can be so desperate. So that's why he moved in his loyalists to ensure that, look, everything is intact. And I want to believe that even before now, Fubara must have got complete records of all the things, in all these financial records. So he just wants
so tying up
information to tie up this is
loose ends and so on.
Yes, and of course, look at it in Obiakpo local government. I understand that, you know, the new caretaker chairman has erased. In fact, he has changed a lot of things that gave the former governor, you know, Nyesom Wike, the estranged godfather of Fubara, you know, Governor Fubara, gave him much influence in that local government, he has erased all those things. So, as things stand right now, as we speak, Wike has just, with a stroke of the pen, Wike's dominance has been thrown into, the incinerator, not even the refuse dump where you can maybe bring it out. It has been incinerated. So, which is what Fubara wants.
Oh, okay. Cyril, leaving the shadows of your godfather has become like a hard nut to crack in Nigerian politics. So the trend started in Edo State, where the current governor wanted to leave the shadows of Senator
Adams Oshiomhole.
And you remember his deputy governor didn't have it easy because he himself wanted to leave the shadows of governor. But so that problem is always there.
Yes, but the success okay, where are you going?
Otherwise, my summation is this. Politics, they say in politics, when you bury the hatchet, you don't bury the handle.
So that in case you had the need for it, you could go back and pick it up. But it is also fact that in politics, present gain, especially for Nigerian, present gain always overrides long-term thinking. That's why somebody came and said, this is a zero-sum game. You remember when he was contesting for governor of the he said, it's a zero-sum game. He was not interested in any. He was very radical.
Get what you can get.
Get all you can get at whatever cost or consequence. Now. So there we are, right? In the case of Fubara, I think he realized and had been advised. I believe he knew also that Wike's last stronghold was the council chairman. And let's not forget that Rivers State apart, even President Tinubu himself is understanding that with the current dynamics in the country, there's a lot of uncertainty. Perhaps also because of the nature of the politics he plays. This is why they are about to
please, so I don't forget, add the 27 members of the state house.
No, those ones, well,
they are out. I don't know if there are still members of House of Assembly. But where I'm going is this: even the president, perhaps, given the kind of politics he plays, is a bit worried of banking on the governors for a second term. Some, maybe with him, but not all. We now hear that the Supreme Court has reserved judgment in the judgment seeking to grant autonomy for local government areas. On the back of that, they want to also add the fact that INEC should conduct elections for local government areas. In that case, you may find the federal government superimposing its own loyalists and candidates in the local government areas. Once that has happened, the governors will become powerless in holding the president to ransom. All of these you can't take any of this off the table. It is still too early in the day. But clearly, Rivers is beginning to point to us what can happen when the Godfather's influence is being weighted on.
When they begin to win.
Let me even give you this. In 2019, it was the same picture. Wike was seeking a second term. Amechi was needing to consolidate his position as minister, as cabinet minister. What happened? Amechi literally pulled heaven down. Wike didn't buckle. Wike won his second term. Now, in the case of this current president,
Wike was biding his time. He was waiting for the right moment.
Yes, but in the case of President Tinubu, there's a bit of a snag. Anybody thinking that the president is for one party and against the other party entirely may not be seeing things correctly. President Tinubu doesn't like making enemies. You see of late that it appears even Obasanjo and President Tinubu now are appearing to have some kind of melange, some kind of rapprochement, some kind of détente. Call it dalliance even. You know what's going on? President, even by the judge, so what happened? President Tinubu will never settle with it than to go.
But they just said 1 year too short to.
That's like saying, so imagine all these kind of people are behind the president. Now, what the president is doing is this: the governor is governor. In the end, if you hurt the governor, you would have ended up hurting the judge and all the rivers, which is not political science for anybody, not least for a president. Wike is useful to the president because in Abuja he is perceived to be a workaholic minister. Okay? So the president, what the president is doing now, he's holding Wike on the one hand, holding Fubara on the other hand. Just goading them on. whoever wins the fight is not really, he's still with him. Like Kano too, Godin.
Yeah, you remember Fela's rough.
Yes, in the end, the governor wins, assuming he runs for a second time, the governor wins Rivers State. What you see, both men can do whatever it is they want to do. Wike can, in the end, the most that can happen is Wike retains his seat as minister. What's it called? Fubara retains his seat as governor.
And the intrigues continue.
And the president smells back to Asoro. That in Kano, Lamido Sanusi is President Tinubu's friend. Kwankwaso is President Tinubu's friend. Right? Ganduje,
including Shekarau.
Shekarau is president.
They are mortal enemies.
Ganduje is the president's, not even friend president, is the president mentee, political mentee. So, but in their state, they are sworn enemies. But in Abuja, they are best of friends. It was in Aso Rock that Ganduje said if he saw Kwankwaso, he would have slapped the land was around. You can imagine that. But before the president, they are all rank at this side. But in Kano, it is a zero-sum game. The president doesn't. You see, when he look that Kano is being weakened politically, may be bad for the local politicians, but it's not bad for the president. You get what I'm doing with this? For the president, it's not bad. So this is the issue. Rivers people must wake up and understand that the problem between the president, between the governor and Wike, is either for or against them. And that in the end it is their say.
Dividing opinion in Rivers.
Yes, and that in the end it is their say that must have the way, that must lead the way. What are policemen doing at local government secretariat? They should have gone there to chase up people whose tenures have expired. They went. Are we in a coup? It was during the Abacha coup that Abacha said all police commissioners should take over the governorship of their states.
That's it.
Yes. Are we in a coup? Now you're asking policemen to go and take over council secretariat. The governor was wise to have said that any chairman can approve from anywhere. Go and set up secretariat. And then, what kind of thing is that?
You see,
who gave the order to policemen to go and block secretariat?
Gentlemen, I'm told by the index finger of the producer it's time to begin to go home. Emeka and Cyril, before you bury this discussion, let me go back to the quotation credited to Mark Twain. Politics is the art of looking for trouble, finding it everywhere, diagnosing it incorrectly, and applying the wrong remedies.
Yes.
So how do we take it?
Well, when you say applying the wrong remedies, I think Fubara is on course. Fubara is actually showing that those advising him are street-wise. They are street smart. It may not be textbook style of teaching government in secondary school or teaching political science in university. But Fubara
may not even be bust-up politics.
Yes, Fubara has shown that he's street smart. And let me tell you, he's going to destroy whatever power Wike thinks he has, is going to totally destroy it. So, yes, he has done well. He has been delivering master stroke after master stroke, master stroke after master stroke, master stroke after master stroke. And now, so the policemen can be there. Can be the local government, local government secretaries. The state governor will not fund them. He will not provide food for them. He will not support them. That will be an extra burden for the state police command, And when they get tired, they will go away. They will go away because local government chairman will be operating. So,
the money is flowing somewhere else and you're somewhere else.
Yes. So, and the Inspector General of Police will be well advised not to try to usurp democratic authority, because he should know he will be called to account. Because people will go to court to ask what are the police doing in this. And,
thank you, Emeka.
And what I do know is that, of course, you see the federal government is going to the Supreme Court to try to control local governments is just a waste of time.
All right. So don't preempt the Supreme Court.
No, I'm not preempting the Supreme Court.
No.
What I know, by the time
let's wait for the pronouncement from the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Cyril, take us home.
Well, clearly, this is where matters have come to be for now, and we can only hope that peace will prevail. But for peace to prevail, the truth must be spoken. That Rivers State is bigger than two gladiators. That Rivers State is a dear state, a peaceful state, a state known for its hospitality, its warmth, its accommodation, and its very warm and indeed hospitable nature. And so this crisis should blow over sooner than later. The gladiators should sheathe their swords and let the law take its course. I think that since the government is wisdom has appointed caretaker committees, they should be allowed to do their work unhindered.
All right. I want to thank you very kindly for those parting shots. Emeka Madonago, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Cyril Abako, I can't thank you enough.
It's a pleasure.
The debate will continue, but we tell the gladiators in Rivers State, the politics, I cannot forget, is not an exact science. I'm told it's a behavioral science, so their behavior is very important from now on. I wish you well. I'm out of here, and until the next time, this is yours sincerely, Citizen Jones Hussein, saying bye-bye now. Thank you. Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.